We really do. And yeah, I was very much involved. My comment was, problem with immigration is that the Democrats want the votes, the Republicans want the cheap labor. Nothing will get done. I said that 6 years ago. It's a matter of record. And the reason I said that is because one of my best friends is a former INS agent. It's 33 years. Andy Lynch. He fills me in on everything. I went down, met Brian Kerry's brother and his family, talked to them. I talked to the Border Patrolman. It's kind of interesting because Chaffetz was with me. But for some reason, I like to kind of step aside instead of giving, they give us the dog and pony show, you know what I'm talking about? Dog and pony show? I kind of step out, have my cigarettes, talk to the policeman one-on-one. It's amazing the truth you can find when you step out of that, role as a congressman. I'm here to find out what's going on. Tell me the facts as a real person. And I found that I think it's a combination of asking intelligent questions as well as having a nice personality. And I have to have a personality because my looks are just terrible. I'm probably, of all the candidates, I have the least amount of money and probably the ugliest. So I don't have a problem with it. It is what it is, right? Yes.
What's to the immigration thing? What's Trump doing right? What's Trump doing wrong?
Well, I'm a little confused. He said, give me some kind of bill. I like the bill that the Freedom Caucus is supporting. If you're DACA, look, we didn't bring you here. It's not our fault, right? And you can stay here, but you can't bring your family in. Maybe in 20 years, you keep your nose clean, you can apply for U.S. citizenship. If that's going to be the compromise, what can I say? I talked to the Free Press editor, the new one, and he interviewed me, and he said, I asked him, I said, how do you prove that a person came here when they were Natasha's age? He said, well, you asked their parents. This is what he said. He told me this on the phone interviewing me. He says, you have the parents. So let me see if I understand this. You're going to ask the parents who are illegal that they brought their their child here when they were 7 years old or whatever age they brought them in. Yes. So we give that child the benefit of the doubt, and we lock up and send home their parents. That doesn't make much sense to me. We need to send them all, as far as I'm concerned. But what Trump's doing, I don't think he's really done anything yet except told Congress, which he should tell, to get off their butts and do something. I think that's the most important thing he said, holding their feet to the fire to do their job. And that's very, very important because they can do it. I'd just like to read the final bill before I vote for it. Yes.
I'm pretty much on most issues and agree with what's going on in the Republican Party right now. One thing that bothers me that doesn't make the headlines much is we continue to bomb countries that we don't even have a state of war with. What is your position on putting our soldiers in harm's way when there's not even a war mission?
When the President Obama said they crossed the red line in the sand, I wrote an article about that very thing in the Detroit News. Ended up on the front page of Real Clear Politics. Anytime you invade another country with a SEAL team at night or limited airstrikes, it's an act of war. And on the floor of Congress, one of my opponents said, oh, Kerry, it's just a limited airstrike against Syria. And I said, well, then Japan's invasion of Pearl Harbor was a limited airstrike against the United States. It's the matter of respect.
War, but now we're bombing 7 countries that we don't have a state of declared war by Congress.
Get us out of the UN. Might not have that problem anymore.
So the UN, you believe, is causing...
There's a lot to that, yes, sir. The more you look into it, the more you'll find that the UN has a lot to do with that. Okay. But you have to, the problem